we are making margherita pizza on the grill, and we're gonna do it really quick. We're gonna make the dough, and then Dave and I are gonna play golf because it's like 75 in Indiana in July, which is weird. And so we're gonna hit the links, but we're gonna do this really quickly, and we'll show you how. You take a cup of warm water, and to that, we're making the whole wheat dough right now, and to that we're gonna add 2 1/4 teaspoons of yeast.
That's just bread yeast, as they call it.
This is the quick rising too. Okay, so that's 2 1/4, and then you have to feed your yeast, and we feed it with sugar, and we're gonna put a teaspoon of sugar in there, and then we're just gonna mix that around, and that'll start to bubble up and start to activate, and you want to make sure it's pretty warm water.
Yeast activation, check.
Okay, we got that going. So now
I didn't think that was funny.
We add 2 cups of whole wheat flour. This is going to be a healthy crust, but delicious. To our bread maker, and you have the paddle hook on right now. And let's see, make that an even 2 cups. There we go. Okay, and to that, you want to make a little well in the center. Just kind of do that. And you add about half a teaspoon of salt. I'll sprinkle that around. And then you're going to add 2 teaspoons of sugar. Okay. So sorry, I'm in such a hurry to get to the golf course. Okay. And then, so that's 2 teaspoons of sugar. And then the well in the center is for our olive oil, which we're going to add a tablespoon, which basically is 3 teaspoons. So we'll go 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this has been sitting about 5 minutes.
Kind of foamy, bubbly.
Kind of foamy, and we're going to add that to the middle there, that little well we made. There we go. All right, and you're just going to mix it until it starts to kind of pull away from the sides and come together, which in this machine doesn't take very long. It's right about there. And then we're going to switch hooks to our bread hook, and it's so, yeah, it's so healthy and so
traditional. It's like legit.
Good.
It's like legit.
It's totally legit. And then we're just going to use this dough hook. That's what it's called. And this is going to knead the dough. And you can add more flour if it looks sticky, but ours looks pretty good. I don't think it needs any more flour. Kind of sticking to the pan, you want to add a little more flour. So you're going to do this just for about 2 or 3 minutes, and that's kneading the dough. And then I'll show you what we do after. It's about 2 or 3 minutes, and we'll be back. It's been 2 or 3 minutes, and this looks great. The machine's done all the work, but if you do not have this machine, again, you can just knead it by hand. And you're just going to take it out of the machine, but before you do that, put a little bit of olive oil at the bottom of the bowl. Just kind of use your hand over. Do this, that way when your dough rises, it's not going to stick. You're going to be able to get it right out. And then take your dough. It feels great. It's just, you can tell it's just the perfect, you know, it's not too sticky, it's just great. Put it in there. We're going to cover it so it kind of stays warm. And I always put it in my microwave, because if you've had your oven on at all during the day, the microwave is a little bit warmer than the rest of your house, so I just stick it in there, and it takes about 1.5 hours, and then we'll punch it down and roll it out, and it'll be ready to put in the oven for pizza. So but actually you're putting it on the grill, right, Dave?
Correctamundo.
On the grill. So we'll show you how to do that in a little bit. We're going to talk about this dough. Seriously, my game is bad. But anyway,
I'll vouch for that.
it was really bad. But this
you can smell it.
Dough looks amazing. So what we're going to do next, it's pretty much doubled, is we're going to take it out of here. It's sticking a little bit, unfortunately, but that's okay. Not too bad. And we're going to put some flour down on our counter here on our board, or you know, your board or whatever. We have a for doing this. And basically you just want to roll this out. All right, and so this is looking pretty good.
How to switch cameras, folks. Technical difficulty. Cornmeal sprinkled on the olive oil on the stone.
Okay.
Moving the pizza dough over.
This is the tricky part.
Are you going to do any kind of like flippy floppy kind of
No,
twirly?
I'm not that talented with pizza dough, so. Or golf, but.
I was going to say
all right.
that. Felt like it would not have been a good idea.
All right, perfect. Look at that.
It's a perfect fit. So
Perfect
that
fit.
one batch covers probably, what do you think that is, a 15, 16-inch pizza stone? Let's go with that.
12, 14, yeah, something like that. All right,
14.
so, okay, there's our crust. There are ingredients. This is fresh mozzarella, and you just want to slice it pretty thinly. Here we go. We want to start with olive oil on our crust.
Just toast that up and I'll eat that.
Yeah, probably not bad. Okay, so you want to apply that pretty liberally. Might have been a little too liberally, but that's all right. Olive oil is good for you. So there we go.
Well, there's no sauce on this.
And there's no sauce. And then we're sprinkling the garlic.
Fresh
just
chopped.
some freshly chopped garlic on top of that. And then, this is kind of different. You put the cheese on the bottom, which, you know, in America, we put it all on the top, but this is the basis of the bottom layer. So, what do you think, Dave?
I think that's about
That looks
right.
pretty good.
Pretty good,
Okay,
pretty
and
good.
then the next layer is the tomato. We have some fresh tomatoes, just thinly sliced tomato. All right, that worked out pretty perfectly.
Yes, it did.
And then you want to salt and pepper. All right, a little salt and pepper. So there we go, a little salt and pepper. Okay, and then we put the fresh basil on top, and you can just kind of snip that.
Fire roasted.
Fire roasted? Yeah.
Fire roasted. So
Okay, that looks pretty
it
perfect.
looks pretty perfect. So
All right.
charcoals are going. We'll bring you outside when it's time to grill. We've got the coals nice and about 60-70% gray. Putting them directly over the coals. Now. And now we're going to put the lid on. Yeah, we're going to let it cook for probably 12 to 15 minutes, but we'll be checking it occasionally. Get back to you pretty easy. All right, so it's been, each fire's different. So this one took actually a little bit longer, maybe 20 minutes. We had the kind of the juice of the tomato draining out that had to evaporate. So here's the finished product. And just you see the golden brown starting to turn on the cheese. And then underneath here, you can see the crust is nice and golden. So we are ready. Getting it out will be an issue.
I'm scared.
So this is nice and hot. Balance it right here. Yeah, it's perfect. Nice
Perfect. Oh yeah, that
and on
looks
its
great.
own, so we'll be right back to tell you how it tastes.